Hi. My camera is super crooked because it's on a tripod that's on some picture frames and books on boxes. That's just where we're at today. So it's 2026. I've been taking it pretty, I don't want to say easy because it's not been easy at all. Chill, maybe, I don't know. Really just been exhausted. I know a lot of us have been. Grief has taken its toll over the past couple of years. And although I wish I could have just come into the new year with all the energy to do all of the things, my body and my heart said otherwise. Like, they just called for me to rest. I've been so tired, like naps in the day, even when I get a lot of sleep at night. But I have been working on a lot of things behind the scenes, a lot of really cool new ideas and projects and just things I want to bring into the world this year. And I think it's so easy to put that pressure on ourselves that we have to get things going and out and launched in January. And that's just not true, just not how it's going to work all the time. So I have been working. It's just been in cozy clothes from the couch most of the time. I have also been walking a lot. That's the big change that not a New Year's resolution. This was something that I decided at the solstice in December that I really needed to get outside and walk a lot more. So I've been doing that a lot. It's been amazing. It's probably been the best thing that I have done for myself. And not hiking, like I've been on some hikes, but I haven't been pressuring myself to go out into the forest. That was something that I think I was expecting of myself, that like, oh, I'm gonna go and hike as much as I can every week. And I need that. That's true. I love it so much, but I just can't, if I can't get out to the woods, it's okay if I go for a walk in the neighborhood. I have been loving it. I've been getting like 3 to 4 miles on my walks, and I've gone almost every single day. If I don't go on a day, it's okay because I will go the next day. Anyway, so I've needed a lot of rest, but I've also been able to walk, and that's been really good. And I've been reading a lot. And that's something we'll talk about on another video and another post, because I have things to share about reading and reading together and all of that. This video is more about just a weird and wild project that I'm going to do because it feels like something my heart needs. I watched a video on YouTube recently. I will share the link and more information. I really should have looked at what the video was before I mentioned it. But this artist who does a lot of work with sewing, she lost her dad. So she has this shirt of her dad's, and she decided to turn it into a jacket for herself. And it's this project that took her many, many months. But it's a really beautiful video. I will share the link to the video. I highly recommend watching the whole thing. I found her sentimentality so beautiful. I connected with it because I am also a very sentimental person. I believe there is so much life in everything. And especially when you've lost someone, something that belonged to them can hold so much memory and love for the people who are still alive. And I have some of my dad's things, and the thing that I thought of while I was watching this video of this girl making this jacket out of her dad's shirt was this vest of my dad's. And it's my dad's Carhartt vest that he would wear a lot. And I have worn it a couple times. It's too big for me for like just wearing on its own, but it's so great for wearing over top of sweatshirts and even over top of a coat, which is really like what a vest is for, right? Well, like this type of vest. So I actually wore it on a couple different walks this week. And it just felt really good to walk. I think yesterday I walked, been walking to my library and back, and that's round trip like 4.2 miles. And it's been really sunny, so I haven't needed like a raincoat or anything. So this has been nice to wear over top of my sweatshirts. Anyway, I have this, and here, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on. So you can see, actually I haven't taken off this pin. It's his American flag and the POW flag. Those are really important things to my dad, and so I haven't yet. I'll probably have to take it off to like wash it, but anyway, can I get it zipped? I don't know. As I've been wearing this, I have been thinking about how I could make it a little bit more my own, sort of make it this thing that is, you know, this piece of clothing that's my dad's, but also now it's mine. I do not sew. Like, I have a sewing machine. I haven't done anything. I haven't sewn anything in a very long time. So I won't be doing that, but I do cyanotype. And this happens to be cotton, right? Yeah, denim, cotton. And also, like, it's light enough. It's black, but it's a blackish brown, I guess. I don't know. It's worn enough that I think I could get a really deep blue in the cyanotype when I experiment with it. I'm just gonna start with like this pocket. So I love how there's just like this really easy area, like easily to like mark out area and to experiment with. So that's my plan, and that's what I'm gonna do today. I have to paint the cyanotype on first, and then I have to let it dry for a while. So I'm just gonna make art because I'm grieving, and there's a lot of really horrible, scary things happening in the world, in our country right now, and I can't sit and think about that. I don't want to bypass the feeling of it. I need to make some art so that I can process. And so that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, so I'm going to share some bits and pieces of that as I go. But we'll see. This may turn out to not work. You know, sometimes it's a good idea to test things out and make a plan. But that's not today. I am not testing things out. We're just going to go with it. And if it fails, it fails. It doesn't ruin the vest. I can still have the vest and do other things with it. Well, wear it, but then try some other experiments. But today, I just need to make some art. And yeah, so let's go do that. I just finished painting the cyanotype emulsion onto the vest pockets. I had enough to do both pockets. I was just gonna do the one, but then I was like, I have enough, I should just do two. And we're just gonna do both of them because I feel like it. And yeah, so it's soaked in, the vest pockets soaked in the cyanotype emulsion like really well. Like it's really soaked in there. So that's awesome. I'm gonna let it sit and dry. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Could be a couple hours. Could turn out that I won't be able to actually do the printing until tomorrow, but we'll see. It's a little bit after 4. Yeah, like 4:05. The cyanotype emulsion is dry. Yep. On the pockets on my dad's vest, I ended up painting both of these pockets because I had enough cyanotype emulsion, and I'm super excited because that means I get to play a little bit more. The space is a little bit bigger than my foam core and acrylic cyanotype sandwich. Not too worried about it. It'll be okay. But it's going to take a little bit of time for me to lay out all of the items that I want to use. I'm not fully decided on everything, but definitely going to use some ferns and just sort of play around a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to take video of that process, and then we will see how these things end up printing. Hi! So it is the next day, clearly wearing a different outfit. Here it is. Here's the finished vest with the cyanotype on it. I will show some closer up video of it, not on me, but I love it so much. Last night when I did the wash and then I put it in the dryer, I still, like, I knew that it had worked, but I didn't know like how much contrast there would be, because with the material being wet, it still looked like really dark. But then when I took it out of the dryer, I saw that it worked. I was so happy. Yeah, I had a few challenges with the actual putting it together to put under the UV light. Because of how wide this is, it wouldn't fit all together in under one piece of acrylic, because my pieces are 11 inches by 14 inches. And this material is also like doubled up. It's too thick for my clamps. So I just was having issues with being able to have just one piece of glass or acrylic over top of both pockets. So I ended up doing 2 pieces of acrylic vertically, so one for each, and I unzipped it and just sort of like, I don't even know, I might have gotten like 2 clamps on a couple spots, but then I actually put some cardboard inside of the pockets to try to flatten them out, because that's one of the biggest issues with printing on clothing. Not printing on just like a piece of fabric, but printing on clothing that's already a piece of clothing. That there are wrinkles, you know, like it's just, there's lots of texture. And so with these pockets, it, without having a piece of cardboard in there or something to keep it flat, it was kind of just wanting to move in ways that made it so hard for the plants that I put on here. It made it hard for them to be flat against it. And you really want it to be as flat as possible so that none of the UV light gets underneath the parts of the plants that you want to be showing up like this. Like, I mean, the general idea with cyanotype is that whatever is not exposed to the UV light, that part of the cyanotype will be rinsed off, and then you'll see the material underneath. So anyway, so I was nervous when I put it under there because I didn't know if it was going to turn out, but thankfully it did. It turned, it's so cool. I love it. You can even see the little tiny birch bracts that I put in here. They're my little guys that I use to like make it look like birds. So I did 3 on each pocket. You cannot see it from like this distance away, but on the close-ups you can see it. And it's okay, like I'm totally okay with it not being this big obvious design. This was for me. This was for my own personal journey of, you know, trying to make this vest that belonged to my dad, make it a little bit mine as well. So it's the, you know, it's his, but it's also mine. And I love it. Like some of the ferns that I used were ones that I collected on my birthday. The birch bracts are from my mom's house. I don't know what this plant is. I'll have to look it up, but that's also from my mom's house. And there were a few more ferns that I think these 2 bigger ferns, I can't remember if I got them from my mom's house or if I got them on a hike here in Anacortes, but either way, like I love that I got to do this. And I'm so glad that these pockets worked out. I don't think I'm gonna add any more. I don't think it needs it, but who knows, maybe this like section here. What I love about working with a piece of clothing like this vest is when it has these very distinct sections, like these pockets that are sewn like that. It made it really easy to have a workable area. So I didn't have to tape anything off. I didn't have to, you know, like if I had done something on the back, like that's a lot of area to cover with cyanotype. And it just would have been a bigger project. Not, you know, not that I won't do that one day with something, but this to me feels like such a fun way to add cyanotype to a piece of clothing. I don't know. I'm so happy about this. There are a lot of emotions wrapped up in all of it. And last night I just kept like coming back into the wilderness here where I had this. It was still, the pockets inside were still a little damp, so I had to like just let it lay out overnight. But I just kept coming in here to look at it because I was like, oh my gosh, it worked. How fun is that? And I just know that my dad would love this. He would love this so much. He would love that I have that I've kept this vest and that I used it in, like I made some art with it and that I'm wearing it. It's really big, which is so funny. Like I feel like a little kid wearing it because it, like a kid wearing their dad's shirt or coat. But I don't care. I don't care that it's like, that I look like a little kid in it. I don't at all. I don't care. Or that I feel like I look like a little kid. Like it makes me really happy. I'm bundled up like this because I did put it on to go outside. I think it's our last frost day in this like week-long stretch of beautiful sunshine days that are really freaking cold. And every morning we've woken up to just a blanket of frost over everything. And I have been meaning to get out there to take some photos, and I finally did today, which was perfect because I wore this vest. This was finished in time for me to get out there And I did some macro shots of the frost and just sort of, you know, played around with the light, and it was just really fun. It was really nice. So that was, I knew I was gonna wanna wear this on my walks when it's cold and hiking. But there's so much more. I mean, it's a work vest, so an outdoor work vest. So it's like perfect for being outside in the cold weather. And honestly, even on like cool spring nights, it'll be a nice thing to throw on over top of some layers, like good with bonfire. And I don't know, I'm just so excited about this. I loved it before I did the cyanotype, but really, you know, having a way to make a piece of art from something that partly represents some really like big grief in my life, it also represents so much love. And so I love it. I'm so excited. And I'm really excited that I like just did it wildly and took some video of the journey so that I could share it with you guys, because that's what we're here for. We're here to do things wildly, make messes, and just, yeah, imagine what's possible, because that's what we need right now. We need to not just imagine all of the beautiful, wonderful, weird, and wild things that we can create in the world, but actually try it. So, yay! That's it, I guess. Thanks for hanging out with me.